It's that time again for another not-so-normal gaming podcast, featuring your hosts, MrTechnoSqueek.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Nostalgic Dan 1.
Everything I feel is in this sword. Good.
Come on!
And Quick Freeze 4.
Don't worry. I'll handle the bad guys.
This is a podcast you want to listen to, but first, you gotta press start.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Press Start Podcast. This is episode 46. Of course, one of your co-hosts here, Nostalgic Dan 1. As always, joined by Clive, who's unfortunately pissed that he's missing his favorite live stream ever. How are you doing tonight?
Every Thursday, man, I have to sacrifice watching my awesome live stream for you guys. But I love it.
And of course, Mr. Lovable, Mr. I'll interrupt people when they try and do an intro, Mr. TechnoSqueek. How are you doing tonight, man?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
Pretty good? Pretty good.
Pretty good.
That's awesome to hear. I almost felt like dropping the F-bomb, but I'll hold back. It's been banned permanently from the podcast. But how's everyone doing? We're good? We're good?
Yeah, we're good. We're awesome.
Yeah.
Got topics to discuss and all that jazz.
Actually, yeah, we actually have a lot to talk about today, don't we?
Yeah. Some big stuff happened.
So,
So,
start us off.
me? Who are you talking to, Clive? Gosh, specify.
I don't care. Do it. Just
So
do it.
it's
Just
a
do
time
it. Just
where-
do it. Just do it. Just
Oh
do
my
it.
god.
I'll do it.
My ears are bleeding.
Well, guess what time it is? It ain't question time. It's news time.
Oh,
Yeah.
you totally got their hopes up, man.
What
What if they wanted to do questions? Now we're forced to
Now they're gonna have to
Now they're
wait.
disliking the video, like, god damn it, I thought it was question time.
do. Alright, since you already got their hopes up and brought them down, go ahead.
Well, rumor has it, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance is dated for February. Dun dun dun.
Next year, yes. It's about time. They need an official date.
Konami hasn't confirmed anything, and the official date is, quote, early 2013, unquote. So, yeah.
Nice. Are you pretty pumped for that new Metal Gear?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be different, but it's going to be fun still. Especially by Platinum Games. I mean, I kind of know what to expect. I'm expecting, like, Mad World meets, like, Metal Gear.
Did you watch the, thing they did, I'm guessing at E3, where, like, you can, like, say there's a tree, and you can cut any way you want.
Yeah. That was a big feature of that game.
Yeah.
Like, I remember there's, like, a dude hiding behind a pillar, and then, like, he sets it up to slice, like, through the pillar and through the guy at the same time from behind. It's pretty cool. Or when it was slicing watermelons, remember that?
Oh, yeah,
Like, doing it perfectly and cutting the watermelons. It's pretty funny.
So, yeah, but a lot of people are hating on it, but, you know,
Yeah,
that's...
like they do with any franchise that takes a different approach. You know,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people are reluctant for a change.
Yeah. So, next news story has to do with Steam. And Steam sells games without having keys for them. And most of these are EA games. So, I bought Burnout the Ultimate Box, or Burnout Paradise the Ultimate Box. And, you know, I'm like, oh, awesome, I'm going to install this shit, and I'm going to play it, and, yeah, but it pops up with the error, failed to contact key servers, which I looked up, and it's like, we don't have keys. So, yeah, it's kind of weird.
I never heard of that before, which seems like, because, like, that's how they do it, but that's weird.
What are keys? Are these like
It's like what you would type in. You know how like maybe if you buy a program and wants you to type in the key to verify it, so that, like that you actually purchase it, it's like the, gives you the rights to the product basically.
So, like almost like an online pass.
Yeah, almost like you would do if you get like a redeemable code, maybe for some Microsoft points or something. You pop in that code, but this is for it gives you like the game. But I never heard it's like having key issues. That's really weird.
Yeah. Well, see, it's not Valve's fault. It's
probably EA.
It's EA trolls Valve by not giving them keys for EA games.
Has EA come out and said anything?
No.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all good right now with Burnout Paradise, the Ultimate Box, because I was seeing earlier today if it would work, and it does. So yeah.
And they fixed it. Just yesterday, it got like something I'd never seen on Steam before when I tried to play a game, and I was trying to play this game called Nuclear Dawn, which is like an interesting FPS / like real-time strategy. It's really weird, but it did something I'd never seen before, and it said like it was converting the game into a more suitable format or something, and like it had to like reinstall. It was really weird. I'd never seen that before. And then it fucks up. Like I was like, it was working perfectly fine before, and now like it changed it to a different format. It doesn't work. So I'm like, oh great.
That's weird. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I know. So I was like, what is this? Like I don't even know what this is.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all my news.
Good stuff. I guess I'll go. I have a news story. Basically, that was a rumor people were talking about a lot, and that was people were assuming Final Fantasy Versus 13 was canceled. There were a lot of rumors floating around, and I think Kotaku was one of the first people to post it. And recently, Yoshi Wada came out via Twitter and said, like, no, the game's not canceled. We actually just got done with our, regular Versus 13 meeting, so the game is still alive and well. And he was kind of like laughing at it too. So yeah, people, like, man, so many people did videos on it. I'm like, really, people, you gotta do a little research and be patient. Like, because one is Kotaku, you can't really trust Kotaku too much with rumors. And the other thing I found weird was that I know for Theater Rhythm, one of the DLC songs is a song from Versus 13, so I was like, that makes no sense. Why would they include a song from a game that's canceled? It's like rubbing salt in the wound, basically, so that made no sense to me. So that's good to hear. I know a lot of people are pumped for it. It's like a different take on the whole Final Fantasy. I think it's supposed to be like more darker and all that. It looks interesting. But still no actual info on that game and when it's going to come out. It's still in works. It's been in works for quite a while. But
that game looks amazing,
yeah.
Like graphic-wise and stuff.
I'm really excited for it. I think I'd definitely like it probably more than Final Fantasy 13.
I'll definitely get it. If it ever comes out.
Yeah. And that's the thing, too, that I was skeptical about Square Enix. They don't really cancel a lot of games. Like, even if they, like, have issues with a game, they usually bring them out anyway. Stuff like The Last Remnant, Infinite Undiscovery, like these other games, and they still bring them out. And they gave a chance for Sleeping Dogs, because Sleeping Dogs originally wasn't going to come out, but it found new life with Square Enix. And that's coming out, actually, pretty soon. But it's good to hear that's not canceled. Call breathe a collective sigh of relief. But all you humble indie bundle fans, there's a new one, and actually it's not games this time. They're doing it first. It's the Humble Music Bundle, and basically right now you just go to like humblebundle.com, same site, same deal. Basically, if you donate $7, right now the average is $7.94. So if you donate that much, you get 6 albums actually. The first one is 12 remixes and of 4 songs from OK Go, which is actually pretty good. Some Favoritism by MC Frontalot. Album raises new and troubling questions by They Might Be Giants. Calling All Dawns from Christopher Tin, which is the guy who did the video talking about this. And an interesting thing, it was kind of like random, but it's pretty cool, is The Best of Valkyria Chronicles music by Hitoshi Sakimoto, which is some really good music, by the way. And Jonathan Colton's Greatest Hits. So right now, if you donate more than $7.94, you can get all those albums. in high quality music format like FLAC and, you know, like really high quality. It's the first time they've done it. They're just trying to support some more like artists and, you know, obviously for charity, so it's really interesting. The OK Go stuff is really awesome. I like OK Go. The good stuff, that's actually my news.
Well, I have a couple news stories as well. This one actually just hit like Facebook like 2 seconds ago, so I'm literally just going to read it right off the website. Is Street Fighter X Tekken E Capcom exclusive Girls Edition replacement jackets for the PlayStation Vita. And the article, I'm just going to read word for word. It says, players who buy the PSP Vita version of Street Fighter X Tekken from the Capcom's own eCapcom store in Japan are in for a special treat. Buying this game from eCapcom will net players a set of 3 special girl-only replacement jackets for the game. Of course, these jackets are only for the case, and the game itself retains all the male characters. So basically what this is, this girls edition, it's just like the cardboard sleeves, you know, that they cover DVDs in or video games in.
Yeah.
I don't know why that would be all that special, but
they're chicks.
Why? Yeah, they're chicks, but like
Japan.
I don't know. Usually when I buy like DVDs or video games that have that cardboard jacket, I usually just toss the jacket.
Get rid of that.
But yeah, that's just hit Facebook literally like 2 seconds ago. But see, my other news story has to do with the World of Warcraft's new expansion, the Mist of Pandaria, and actually it has a new, it actually releases the release date of it and the pricing for 2 different versions of the game. As you guys know, you're going to get like a new race as the monk. You're going to get new zones, new challenges. It's going to up the level cap to 90, but it also is coming out September 25th, and it's coming out in 2 different versions of the game. The first version is a digital deluxe version where you gotta shell out $60, and you're gonna get the World of Warcraft in-game mount. You're gonna get a World of Warcraft in-game pet. You're gonna get a StarCraft 2 BattleNet portrait, a Diablo 3 banner and accent, whatever the heck that is. And then for the collector's edition, which is going to be $80, you're going to get all the previous bonuses as I just mentioned. Plus, you're going to get a behind-the-scenes DVD and Blu-ray. You're going to get a collector's edition CD soundtrack. You're also going to get a Art of Mists of Pandaria art book. And you're also going to get a mousepad. So that's what you're going to get if you get the collector's edition of the expansion. So, you guys excited?
Oh my god. What can I pre-order? No,
no, I don't know.
No
usually
offense,
Blizzard usually dishes out a lot of good stuff with their games. So
they do some pretty awesome collector's editions.
Like I don't play World of Warcraft anymore, but I would be interested for the soundtrack, the art book, and maybe the Blu-ray.
Yeah, for me, in my limited editions, that's pretty much all I look for. Like, you can sell me as long as you include a soundtrack and an art book. Because I'm obviously an artist, so I love seeing art books, and then I also love music, so I gotta have the soundtrack CD.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's what you're getting for the collector's edition for that game. But, the last news story I have, and it's kind of sad. You guys all know about the shooting that happened in Colorado for the Dark Knight Rises movie, right?
Yeah, it's a travesty.
Yeah, well, I figured, you know, I've been reading like news stories all week, so I figured I'd just kind of like read off a couple news articles that I found on the internet, and just, you know, I figured we'd maybe talk about it a little bit, maybe, you know, just kind of discuss what happened and how it affects us in different ways. So I'm just going to read this off of what I have, word for word. So it says, just as the film begins, a young man named Jason Holmes, who apparently fancies himself as the Joker, wearing red hair and body armor, opened fire in front of a crowded theater with an assault rifle. Jason Holmes also used gas to create a distraction, just as the Joker did in the Dark Knight film. Holmes is suspected of killing 12 people from the age ranging from 6 to 51 and injuring 58 other people in Colorado on July 20th of 2012 with multiple guns after setting off several gas and smoke containers. The police arrested the unresisting Holmes behind the theater next to his car. The responding officers recovered several guns from inside the car and the theater. Before the shooting, James Holmes sent a journal detailing the rampage to the University of Colorado prior to the attack, only for it to be untouched in the campus's mailroom, according to Fox News. The diary of the 24-year-old James Holmes, full of detail about how he was going to kill people, that was in quotes, was discovered Monday by authorities investigating another package that was at the school. Let's see, and then it continues on. The source also said that the package has been in the mailroom since July 12th. So it's been basically sitting there for a week, and no one even knew what was going to happen. He obtained, okay, this is about James Holmes himself. He obtained an undergraduate degree with the highest honors in neuroscience from the University of California, Riverside, which he attended in 2006 until 2012. He was a member of several honor societies, including Pi Beta Kappa, and Golden Key. The UCR chancellor stated that having received the highest honors, Holmes was top of his class. He's enrolled for a PhD in neuroscience at the University of Colorado. It is reported that Jason Holmes was a big fan of superheroes, including Batman, and that his apartment was decorated with Batman stuff, memorabilia. His voicemail also mimicked the voice of Christian Bale's performance of Batman. So it'll be like, I'm Batman, like all like what he does. So that's what I have written, and that's basically all the stuff I could find without going into any graphical details because I didn't want to offend anybody. But what do you guys think about this? Like, what are you guys' thoughts about what happened?
Well, first off, my condolences for anyone who lost someone in that horrible event, and obviously for anyone who's wounded. I hope they make a speedy recovery. And also a cool move of Christian Bale. I don't know if you guys saw, but he actually visited the people. He went to Colorado and visited the people who were actually wounded. I did see that, yeah. Yeah, so, it's just awesome for Christian Bale. That's a really classy move, but it's, it actually affects me because, believe it or not, I actually used to work at a theater. I used to work at Harkins Theater as an usher. I used to do, taking the tickets and all that, and concessions, and I never thought something like this could ever happen. Like, this never crossed my mind, and, we had things before where, maybe it was a superhero, movie coming out, and people would be dressed up and all that, and, I just never thought something like this could possibly happen.
Right, yeah, this James Holmes, he had the red hair, so, people assumed he's dressing up as the Joker, as a fan. So, it's just, I don't know, it's fucked up.
It's horrible. I mean, it's just the thing that people just want to go, casual day, go see a movie, maybe people are on a date or just got off work. And just stuff like that happens.
Yeah, I don't know, it's just, this guy, he seems to, he's top of his class, he's going for a PhD in neuroscience. It's just this guy is a very smart guy. He's very, bright, brilliant, what would cause somebody to do that, I
don't know. That's the thing. You can never know what people say all the time, with gun control laws, how come you don't do, research on them, or don't sell them to people who have, not a stable mindset, basically. But that's the thing. You can never know. You just never know. Someone could be, just an average guy. You never know what's going through someone's mind or what they've been through. He could have had mental issues that no one just really knew or saw.
Yeah. Techno, what do you think, man?
It's fucking horrible. Like you guys said, I never thought that would happen. You know, it's just weird how he planned it out.
Oh yeah, he delivered the journal to his school.
Yeah, and
yeah, his
for
school. Yeah.
like reason, why would you? It makes no sense.
No, you're exactly right. It makes no sense. But
You're shooting like kids, like you said, at like age 6.
the people killed were ranging from the age of 6 to 51, and there was 58 other people injured in the hospital right now, like in recovery.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know. Like,
I expect theaters to crack down now. I assume from now on they're not going to allow people with costumes. If you're wearing a costume, you're most likely not going to get in. And I wouldn't be surprised if they have like metal detectors now if you enter like a theater, to be honest.
I think I heard that, man. Like, whoever was dressed up as Batman after the shooting, they had him take off the mask.
Oh yeah, I think I heard that too.
Yeah, but yeah, it's sad day. Like,
I remember too, like one of the biggest, like I worked at the theater for like almost a year. I remember one of the biggest movies was the original Dark Knight. So it's really weird just to think about this.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I don't know, like, the question is like he liked Batman. I just said, like, he likes superheroes, he likes Batman, but like this wouldn't cause anybody to do what he did. You guys wouldn't think that, would you?
No, not that alone. Something, a traumatic event in his life or something. It's just been bottled up until this point.
But yeah, it kind of raises some questions. Like, a lot of people, like, do we blame the Batman movie?
No, you can't blame the movie.
Like,
for
what?
Yeah, exactly. For
it
what?
being good?
Well, I saw did you guys see the movie?
Nope.
No.
Not yet.
Alright, I've seen the movie. And this movie definitely does not make me want to go out and do exactly what this guy did. But I don't know. It's just my condolences go out to the family as well.
Yeah, and it's not the movie. Like, do they know? Like, did he do this during the movie or after the movie or before the movie started?
It says I have right here. It says just as the film begins, the young man James Holmes apparently fancied himself as the Joker, wearing red hair and body armor. So he was wearing a bulletproof vest.
That's weird.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So it was just as the movie started, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I said, I've seen the movie, and like I saw it after knowing about the shooting, and there's one scene in the movie where there is actually a lot of gunfire, so that could mask his gunfire, himself. And like when I was watching that scene in the movie, I could picture somebody in the theater shooting a gun and the sound being masked by the actual sound of the movie being played, because it's just gunfire. You couldn't tell the difference. But it's scary. It's really scary. But I don't know. I don't know if you guys mind. We should probably take this maybe like a moment of silence. Just, for the families, for the people who died, for the people who been in the hospital.
Just anyone that was affected by it.
Yeah, just anyone affected by the shooting in Colorado. Let's just give like a moment of silence for everybody. But yeah, so that's basically what I just wanted to. I just want to read the different news stories that I got about the whole shooting and just kind of bring it to everyone's attention. I know a lot of people have already know about what happened, but for whoever just doesn't know, I just wanted to bring that out and send my condolences to the families affected and stuff. So
Definitely.
So because it's a real shame. It doesn't do any good to anybody.
Yeah, it's something that didn't need to happen.
And then, after that whole thing, people are talking about banning guns, and then the whole thing starts again.
Yeah, it always starts up.
Yeah.
I was actually watching the news recently, and ironically, gun sales have been going up since this event, and it seems to be a trend where, over here in Arizona, we dealt with, someone recently getting shot, point blank in the face, one of our politicians, but that was, a year ago. But it seems like these kind of events, and, the Virginia Tech shooting, gun sales actually go up after something like this, because people are afraid that they're really going to crack down on the laws, so people would jump right away to, buy, guns so they can protect themselves. But, I think the thing is, it's not necessarily the guns. It's not the guns. It's the people who have the guns.
Yep. It's people who have the guns. Yeah. Actually, a few months ago, a police officer in my town was actually killed by a robber who had a gun outside a Kohl's department store, and they had a parade, a memorial service for the police officer, and it was a big deal. Obviously, it's a cop, Yeah. And I live in kind of a small town, so everyone knows pretty much everybody, and I don't know, stuff like this just really shouldn't happen. But I don't know, it kind of gets me thinking, we're gamers and stuff, and we play games and stuff. There's violence in video games. How does what happened in Colorado affect you guys, gaming wise?
No, because
what do you mean?
Well, okay, take Modern Warfare.
Yeah, are you gonna feel different? Does this affect you? Your mindset, next time you go to play a first-person shooter or something, is this gonna affect you?
And probably not.
Well, I bring up Modern Warfare 2, because do you guys remember when that game was right about to be released? There was kind of a discussion or debate, because there was some level.
Yeah, where you're in the bad guys, you're part of the bad guys, but you're not a bad guy. You're just dressed up to. Yeah, and then you can choose to shoot the people or not.
Yeah, there's actually one level in Modern Warfare 2 where you're in an airport, and you're basically part of the terrorists. And before the level begins, the game asks you, do you want to play this level? Because it may be too graphic, too absurd for some people. And I've played Modern Warfare 2. I beat it, and I remember this level. And I played this level, and I only played this level for two reasons. The first level, because I was a huge achievement whore, and I thought there might be some achievements. And the second reason is because I know this game is fake. It's a video game. It's a video game. I know this isn't real. It's just something some designer, some graphic artist, made this game. So, that's the reason I play this level. But I can understand why people would choose to skip this level.
Yeah. And that's good that they actually included that as an option to skip. But yeah, people always talk about video games and the violence, and it just comes down to your mindset and your maturity level that you can play something that's overtly graphic or really strong in content and really strong in violence, and be able to have that mindset and say, this isn't reality, this is just, make-believe, this is not real, this is a video game. But that's also, too, why they have the rating system. There's parents out there who honestly shouldn't be letting kids play some of the games they let them play. I mean, hell, they got, like, we always hear, like, 12-year-olds playing stuff like Call of Duty and stuff, and to me, that's not really necessary. That's why all that, like, trolling comes about, is because that maturity level is just not there. Yeah, you gotta be able to differentiate reality, you know, like, fictional and non-fictional. You gotta be able to differentiate that.
Yeah.
Well, we actually have a couple questions from our listeners about this subject, so I figured we'd just kind of go right into questions, because a lot of questions have to do with violence in video games, if you guys don't mind.
Jump in.
The time! Who's got the time?
It's, question time!
See, the first question is from Lugman, and he asks, what do you guys think about the fact that violence in video games is so much more ordinary, and that's in quotes, than sex or drugs? It's like parents would rather have their children be serial killers than be exposed to sex or drugs.
For one thing, that's parenting. If you allow them to play that, like, I know if I'm a parent, I'm gonna be really aware. Like, if they're mature enough, and like I noticed, like maybe they're like 14 or something, but they're like extremely mature. Like for me, growing up, I was a really mature kid. Like I was way more mature than like everyone in my classes and stuff like that. Like people would crack jokes, I wouldn't laugh at them because I didn't find them funny and stuff like that. But it really is, you know, maturity, and it comes down to parents. You know, that's their parenting, and that's their choice to maybe allow their kids to play this kind of stuff. Or parents sometimes don't know. They just, you know, it's a video game, like, go ahead, buy it, not even knowing the rating system or the content that's in a game. But, you know, it is kind of like, it's funny he brings this up, too, because it's kind of like two different cultures, if you think about it, really. In America, we love violence. We absolutely love violence. You know, the majority of our video games are extremely violent. If you look at Japan, it's funny, they're complete opposite. They love sex. They're not afraid of sex. They put in a lot of their games. But over here in America, if you try and put like some sex in a game, it's controversial. They don't want it in there, you know. A dating sim over here would not fly, whereas in Japan, they love it. But it's the opposite too, where Japan, like, you know, obviously they play violent games, but you look at some of our games and they get rated like the highest ratings in Japan. Stuff like Gears of War 3 is like, you know, the highest rating it could get, which is a 0Z rating because of all the graphic content. Japan is just, you know, not that prone to violence and all that, so it's really ironic. It's just, I don't know if it's, you know, our culture and all that. It's like two different cultures and how we were brought up, but, yeah.
Here's my thoughts on this subject. The reason why parents are okay with violence in video games and not okay with sex in video games is because violence is everywhere.
Yeah.
And a perfect example. Recently, I just picked up the brand new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figures. Okay, because there's a new cartoon coming out on Nickelodeon. Well, what do the Ninja Turtles fight with? They fight with weapons. Bladed weapons. No, you know, two of them at least bladed weapons. Okay, what are they gonna do in this cartoon? They're not gonna sit around and drink tea all day. They're gonna fight. Fighting is violence. So, kids are growing up seeing violence, either in cartoons, movies, comic books. Hell, there's
hear about it in music.
Hell, even school when you're talking about history and all the battles that were fought.
Exactly. You know, kids are going to fight at school. They're going to learn about battles in school. You know, violence is everywhere, at least in the United States. So that's why I think parents are okay with violence in video games because, yeah, it's part of our culture. You can't hide from it. But as you said, Dan, you know, we're not learning about sex until, what, we're 13?
Yeah, easily. You don't have sex ed classes until you're like late middle school or early high school.
Exactly. And even when we're like 16, 17, or I'll just say 25, you know, we don't talk about sex on like an open basis. At least I don't. You know, Well, you get what I'm saying. It's not like you go into like an office job and be like,
just blurt it out. Like, hey, I had sex last night, guys. I'm like, no, you don't do that.
Well, I guess you would if you're immature, but that goes back to what you said, Dan. But I don't know. That's the way I see it. Violence is everywhere. It's in cartoons, it's in comic books, it's in whatever kids are reading or watching. But sex is not in those things. It's not in cartoons. It's not in comic books, for the most part. So that's my view on it.
Yeah.
What about you, Techno?
I think you covered it pretty much. I mean, everywhere you look, there's violence, no matter what.
I think the biggest culprit of that too is just turning on the news, and you hear about violence like on a daily basis. Someone gets murdered, or it's there. It's on TV every day.
I think even Bert and Ernie had gotten into a fight on Sesame Street.
Yeah, and that's extremely violent. Like, that's the most violent act I've ever seen.
Well, just saying. But we have a few more questions on the topic, so I'm just going to keep going on. Mikey's Monarch actually asked 3 different questions about this. His first question is, what makes violence in games different from movies or TV shows? Sure, some games make a reference to sex, drugs, and alcohol, etc., but shows like Jersey Shore are talking about it all the time. Do you think that the media doesn't focus enough attention on violence in shows, or are they focusing way too much on violence in video games?
They need an outlet to blame, and that always seems the outlet to blame is, something happens. Like, remember when they used to blame, like, Grand Theft Auto so much for, like, just content? They're looking for the outlet, and again, that goes back to it's not the game, it's the person playing the game. But I think it's, like we said, like, it's part of the culture. Like, we see violence maybe in a TV show or movie, we're kind of used to that, and and the difference is, a video game isn't reality, whereas if I watch a movie, that is, obviously it's not reality, but it's a real person, and it looks, the realest it can be, because it's a human being. So honestly, that's why I have a hard time watching some movies. Like, I don't understand the Saw movies and stuff like that. I can't watch them because I don't like seeing that kind of stuff. But playing a video game, a violent video game, I have nothing against it because it's just a video game. It's not an actual person or something.
What makes video games different from movies and TV? I would have to agree with you. Exactly what you said.
What about you, Techno?
It's the same. There's nothing different, because, in movies and video games, TV shows, it's all fake in a way.
Yeah, it's not reality.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, his next question is, do you think violence in video games really makes people crazy, or do they just become desensitized to violence? I'm going to answer this right now, because I think we already said this already. I do not think video games or movies or comics or cartoons make people crazy. What makes people crazy is the people themselves.
Yeah. Traumatic life events, stuff like that.
Exactly. Something in that person's life caused them to snap. If that thing happened to be a video game for some reason, then that's what happened. But in most cases, it's probably like maybe their wife left them, maybe you got a bad grade in a test or something at school. It could be anything that caused somebody to go crazy.
Yeah.
For his second part, do you think they become desensitized to violence? I'm going to answer this by saying I watch a lot of horror movies. Dan, you mentioned Saw just a minute ago. I can watch the Saw movies. I've seen, I think, 5 out of the 7 of them. And I can watch them and not feel anything. Like, I'm not terrified by them. I don't think they're funny. I don't think they're scary. I watch them. am I desensitized to violence? Maybe. But I would say because I enjoy horror movies. I can watch Friday the 13th and laugh at them because I know Jason is not real. I know these people are not getting killed, and mostly why I laugh at these horror movies is because of the graphical effects. You know, these movies were made in the 80s. They're not all that up to par, but the new Jason Friday the 13th movie that just came out a few years ago, you know, that one's going to be a lot more graphical, horror-wise, violent-wise, gore-wise, you know, but still, I watched that, and it wasn't funny, it wasn't scary, you know, so yeah, I guess I would be desensitized to horror movies because I've watched so many.
Yeah. I'd say we're around violence so much that I think all of us in some way, shape, or form become desensitized to seeing it and stuff like that. Like, I don't mind horror movies, I watch them, and just stuff like Saw, like, I just can't imagine sitting there for that long watching that. It's not my kind of thing, but, I have nothing against, like, horror video games, but, I don't know, something about horror movies. But yeah, we do definitely, you know, after seeing violence on a daily basis, you get used to it, and you slowly start to get desensitized to it.
Yeah.
Okay, Mikey's last question is, do you think violence in video games can be removed? Because even Mario can be considered violent with the Tanuki PETA suit.
Hell, he kills turtles. Poor turtles, and so many turtles died. It's so graphic. Like, oh my god.
Let's see. I don't know, can violence be removed from video games?
No.
Probably not.
It's gonna be there. It's always gonna be there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no, because a perfect example is, you guys remember when DC versus Mortal Kombat came out?
Yeah.
And everyone was pissed that there was no fatalities in the game?
They want it to be more violent.
Exactly. So I think if you take out, like, look at, I'm gonna list a couple games that are solely based on violence. Gears of War, Modern Warfare, Halo.
Oh, well, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, yeah.
Just all of it.
You get it, yeah. All the Call of Duty games. Hell, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, all the fighting games. What else? Hell, even he brought up Super Mario Brothers. You're
Even
killing...
like cartoony stuff, like Suda51 stuff, like No More Heroes and Mad World. And
yeah, No More...
Lollipop Chainsaw, stuff like
Mad World, Metal Gear.
You know, every single one of Dan's RPGs.
Yeah, there's violence in that.
All those games have violence in them in some way. So I think we rely heavily on violence in video games, and you can't remove it.
Yeah.
Like, what are we going to play all day? Sudoku?
Yeah. Talk about being desensitized. I played Persona 3, where the characters summon their personas by shooting themselves in the head with an evokers, so definitely there's violence everywhere. Even in the smallest stuff, you can pick out violence, most likely. Kirby eats people. Oh my god, Kirby's eating so many poor souls.
He's like a cannibal. There you go.
It's like a cannibal. It's horrific.
Cute little puffball, and he eats people. So, Techno, did you answer that question?
Yeah.
Okay.
I said Metal Gear. I mean, you cannot kill people.
It's not the same game. It's not a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the next question is from our friend PlayLives, and he asked, if life had achievements, would you kill TechnoSqueek for one?
Oh, what a dick.
Sure. It'd be, bam, achievement unlocked, the Grimace is dead.
Well...
Or he's not stretching anymore, that's what it's going to say. Something like that.
I'm not really... I used to be an achievement whore, but not really, so I don't know. I'll keep Techno around.
There you go. Still alive. Shit. I would have killed him. I love you.
Let's see, but our next question is from Top Tier Tryhard, and he asks, have you guys ever watched Breaking Bad? This show is amazing. I watched all 4 seasons in the last 4 days, and just now started watching season 5. It is the best show in my opinion, even better than Lost, Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, Mad Men, House, and all those other shows. They don't stand a chance. So you guys watch Breaking Bad?
I know of it. It's about a chemistry teacher who makes and sells crystal meth on the side. and it's kind of like a black comedy and stuff like that. It's really intense, but it really requires you getting used to it. Like, you can't, it's not a series that you can just jump into. You really have to, like, watch all this, episodes from beginning to end. But I've watched some of it, and it's interesting, but I don't know.
Again, just like you, I know of the show, but I really have no desire to watch the show. If it's good, that's fine, but I probably will never sit down and actually watch the show.
Yeah. I don't watch a whole lot of TV anymore. Anyways. What about you, Techno? Have you heard of Breaking Bad?
Yeah. But I have so much shit I'm watching right now, so I'll probably get to it sometime down the line.
Okay. So there's your answer. You got 1 out of the 3. But let's see. The next question is from Renegade Muffin, and he asks, "Why are game companies allowed to display violent acts in despite of real life wars? I am a father and coming from a military family who's lost people from war. I am very offended and appealed by what they can get away with."
Now, hold on. What is he really?
Okay, this is his question. Why are game companies allowed to display violent acts that depict real-life wars?
Stuff like Call of Duty, where you're killing Russians all the time, or even particularly the new Medal of Honor, which is, set in the Middle East here and basically killing Middle Easterns. Stuff like that. Like those kind of war games. Like, why are they allowed to do that? And why are they allowed sometimes to take it really far?
You got me.
Well, I'm going to answer it this way. They can do it because of 2 reasons, I think. 1, the First Amendment.
Yeah.
You could say anything you want. You could make anything you want. And the second reason, public demand.
Yep.
People love Call of Duty. They're going to buy it. I know Halo is not based on real life events, but people are going to buy Halo because they love it. People are going to buy Call of Duty, Gears of War, Halo, anything they want to buy. So if it's based on real life events, fine.
Yeah.
They can do that. It's their right. They can do it. People are going to buy it regardless.
Yeah, a good example of that actually is the new Assassin's Creed 3, where, it's a Revolutionary War, and you're going around killing maybe George Washington or something like that.
That's great because, my family does actually do, Minutemen reenactments. I actually have guns here in the house. They're not mine, but they're, old rifles, that the Minutemen used to own, and used when they were still around. So I've been around that stuff. My family reenacts these things. Am I offended that they reenact a real-life event that happened in the past? No, I'm not offended, because it's actually maybe a learning experience.
Yeah.
In some ways. And for his second part, he himself feels offended and appalled at the idea of what these game companies can get away with. Well, I would say, I'm sorry you're offended, but if you are offended, I would stay away
from
those things.
If you see it and, it's hard, it's really hard sometimes, especially if it hits so close to home, but sometimes you just gotta, look the other way on certain stuff.
No, if you really are offended, I would walk away from the game that you're talking about or thinking about, or the game that offends you. If you want to write an angry letter about it, you can go ahead and do that, but it might not be very effective.
Not to someone like Activision. At the end of the day, the video game industry is just that. It's an industry, it's a business, and they can keep doing this stuff because we're, we mentioned it before, we're kind of desensitized to violence, and, at the end of the day, these games are going to sell, and that's what matters most. But all of us, I'm sure we can probably think of some games where, you know, maybe there's a particular scene or something that probably hits close to home, and, you know, you just got to be able to blur that reality, you know, that this isn't, you know, real life.
So, let's see, moving on. See, our next question is from Tempest Uchiha, and he asks, what is the most violent puzzle game you can think of?
Oh, easy. Catherine. Done. Yeah. Rated M for mature. There's some disturbing shit in that. Oh my god, done. Done.
You know what? The Super Puzzle Fighter.
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember one. Do you guys ever play Mortal Kombat Deception, where it had like the puzzle fighter?
Yes. Yeah.
It's violent.
Oh yeah.
They do fatalities too. It's fun.
Yeah, when you clear like 5 lines or something. Yeah. Other violent puzzle games, I would say.
Catherine's just the one that sticks out to me.
I still gotta play that game.
It's something else.
I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's not a common thing. That's why Catherine's kind of unique.
I can think of one more. It's not really a puzzle game, but there's puzzle elements in it. Is the Batman Arkham Asylum and Arkham City games, where, you know, if you're hunting the Riddler puzzles, you know, there's a few scenes where the Riddler are holding hostages, where the hostages is above like the spinning blade, and you got to get to him before the Riddler drops the victim into the spinning blade or electrified floor. That's kind of a puzzle game, because you gotta get to this person in a certain amount of time, you know. So.
What about you, Techno? Anything else?
I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, it's not the most common thing. Violent puzzle games.
Okay, well, we'll move on then, I guess. Let's see. Next question is from Nick Knack, and he says, assuming you guys played some sort of Dynasty Warrior hack-and-slash game, with that saying, if you guys were to make your own type of game just like them, what would it be based off? For me, I would say South Park, because of how freaking ridiculous you can make it. Like, you could play any character and go off and kill armies of hippies and Jersey Shore people like they did in that episode. So a hack-and-slash game like Dynasty Warrior.
Yeah. I would have said Tales of, but they actually, believe it or not, already did that. There's a Tales of style, you know, with the Tales of setting, but it's a Dynasty Warrior style game where you fight like hundreds of enemies and use all your power-ups. It's only in Japan, though. It's called Tales of the Hero, Twin Brave. But I don't know, like, another game that I'd want, like, a hack and slash.
I could say maybe The Walking Dead.
Yeah. They could do, like, a Zero, you know, from Mega Man.
Oh, where you, like, hack robots
sword.
and stuff?
Yeah.
That's actually a good idea. You know, if you wanted to get kind of silly, I guess you could go Pokemon. You know, it's not really a hack and slash, but could you just imagine throwing out a Charmander and he just burns everybody up with flamethrower?
It's like Charmander and like 1,000 Bulbasaurs covered at you.
There you go, why not? You could almost kind of take anything and just turn it into a hack and slash game.
Yeah.
Kind of.
That's true. Yeah, I can't really think of anything.
But he has a second question, and he asks, what is your favorite episode from the new season of Beavis and Butthead, assuming you guys have watched it? I've only seen one episode of the new Beavis and Butthead one, so I guess by default this is my favorite. It's when, I think, Beavis accidentally drills a army man into his hand with like some sort of nail or screw.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I think it was like the very first episode, and that's the only one I've seen.
Yeah, mine's we're kind of talking about this briefly, but before the podcast. But I remember it distinctly. It's like a mid-episode, and basically they're like going on a field trip to like, you know, for the military, like the army, and they find like the, you know, kind of control panels, and they like find these joysticks, which are actually, you know, to pilot remote controlled like drone, you know, jets, which they have in the military. And they're thinking it's like a video game, so they're playing it like, oh, I'm gonna get you, Beavis, and all that, like playing for a high score, and they're like blowing shit up in real life and all that. It's pretty funny. I remember laughing really hard with that episode.
I like the one where it's making fun of Twilight, and they go to like this hobo, and
oh yeah, I remember that.
they get him to bite them to turn into vampires.
They want to be all attractive.
And yeah.
Oh, that was a good one too. I remember. Yeah, good stuff.
Okay, we got one more question. This is from Psycho6, and he asks, what is one game that you guys hate, but everyone else seems to love? Mine is God of War. I like the story, but hate the gameplay. So, one game you guys hate, but everyone else likes. Oh! Perfect one. Tales of the Abyss.
I don't like it. I don't know a whole lot of people who like it, not even Tales fans.
Well, I know Josh, Games of War, he loves that game, so...
Yeah, a few people like it, but even I kind of despise that one. I got mine's. Original Assassin's Creed. I know people, I know it's probably like, you know, the buggy, glitchy mess, but, like, really, like, it's basically half broken, honestly. It's, like, terrible. Like, it's so repetitive that I got bored playing it, and it's so clunky. Like, the free roaming, like, when it actually works, like, the free running is really smooth, but that's when it works. Like, half the time I'm jumping off, like, random shit I shouldn't be jumping off of. The sword combat is absolutely abysmal. I'm, like, swinging in the complete opposite direction. I'm doing the same missions over and over with no variety. I'm like, no, I can't tolerate this. So, hopefully they fix that in the second one, which I heard, but still, there's no excuse why they should have done the first one that terrible. I don't like it.
I actually did like the first one.
Oh, it's atrocious. What about you, Techno?
Fucking Echo the fucking dolphin. Fuck that game.
You don't like the dolphin? Okay, hate on the dolphin.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you?
He's just a dolphin. He goes
Yeah,
around
come
like
on,
headbutting shit. Yeah, it's not all that hot. I don't like Echo too much.
I can actually think of another one. Actually, no, I can't, because it just lost my mind. No,
Call
actually...
of Duty, Modern Warfare 2.
Some good stuff.
I just had one in my head. I forgot it.
Final Fantasy 13. No, like I have a love-hate relationship with that game. I love it half the time. I hate it the other half. But yeah, that's pretty much all I could think of for me. Assassin's Creed.
Donkey Kong.
Don't
Country
even... No,
3.
Oh, you suck.
Get out of here now. You are fired.
Get out of here. What the hell?
I like 1 and 2.
Oh my god, why are you still there? Demon Souls. I'm sorry. I don't feel like getting my ass kicked over and over again. I don't see the point of it. I don't enjoy it. I was just pissed the whole time. It's super hard to make progress in that game.
I heard there was like from Retro Snow, Bracy, that there's some class that
it's about the classes. I did that too. It's about the classes, and if you pick the wrong class, which I don't know why they would include the classes if they suck so bad, but the best way to play that game, and I try to play it, but I just, something about it, I still don't like the game, but you gotta play as a royal, and the reason is because royals have the ability to have armor and like a sword, but they can also cast magic, which, once he told me that, I was thankful for that advice, because I remember Bracy telling me that, because he knew I was having a hard time. But he told me that I chose the new character, the royal, and for the first time I actually started progressing in the game, but still, there's something about it, like I was still getting my ass kicked, and I'm like, the world, especially, the world felt really lacking of life, like it just felt really dull and, you know, just kind of muted, which I didn't like. But I heard is it Dark Souls? Yeah, Dark Souls is kind of different, where it's a little more open world, and some of the environments are much more lush and all that, more color. Which is maybe something I hate too, is because as an artist, I hate seeing a game like Demon Souls where it's all like monochromatic and all gray and shit, and it's like I want some color in here. But yeah.
Oh, Gears of War?
Oh, I think Gears of War, that's a good one too, because it's fairly monochromatic too, but I still, I was able to tolerate it.
I can't think of a game.
that you hate, but everyone loves.
Yeah, I think I'll just have to go with Tales of the Abyss.
Good one.
Uh,
I have to go with Sonic the Hedgehog too.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I hate that shit.
I love that game.
That Mega Man,
Don't even... No.
No.
Stop right there. I'm gonna kill you for whatever you say.
Watch where you tread carefully.
You're talking about a Mega Man game there.
I don't like it, though.
Tread carefully.
Alright, what is it? Oh, I was just kidding.
The ZX, whatever it was called.
No, it's the DS one.
Yeah, it's on the DS. That game's alright.
You know, I hate all the NES Mega Mans. No, I can't.
You've gone too far. I'm gonna kill you.
They're all terrible.
Oh! Here's one. Perfect one. Fucking Power Stone.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, what? Come on!
Dude, it's repetitive. If you play that game by yourself, it's so boring. It's like a multiplayer game. You have to play with another person.
You know, I haven't played Power Stone, but I have like a demo disc that has Power Stone on it. And from what I played, I actually wasn't too impressed either. I mean, I was playing it by myself, and I was like...
Yeah, you have to play with another person.
Yeah, I was getting my ass kicked. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. This is not fun.
Yeah.
But I can imagine, like, with another player, there's a lot of games like that, like Smash Brothers isn't as fun if you're playing by yourself, whereas if you got, like, 4 other people, if you just blast.
It's exactly like Smash Brothers, yeah. So that's my answer, Power Stone, the first one. Because you need a second person.
Techno's secretly crying right now. It's like,
he is. He's like, he's gonna kill me. He's gonna hunt me down and kill me. And get the achievement.
Achievement unlocked. Killed quick freeze. No more My Little Pony talk.
But yeah, that's all our questions, right?
Yes. Good stuff.
Yep.
Keep them coming. I love this amount of questions.
Yeah, actually, I think that's the most questions we got in one episode, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, we really do love questions. I love questions. You guys come up with creative stuff. And unique stuff. It's always fun to answer.
But, you guys know what time it is?
No.
Oh, God. Techno losing time?
It's Techno
Dan
losing
winning?
time.
Yay!
Yay!
That's
All right.
Well, Dan time? Okay.
And as Dan won last week, he got to pick the subject, or the topic, or the theme.
Hey, Dan, just pick right now what you want next week.
No.
I'll tell you this. If I win again, because I want to make it fair eventually, if I win again, I'll pick Sega Dreamcast as the topic.
Oh my God, yes!
But if I win the Sega Dreamcast topic, you should be fully ashamed of yourself. And you're going to cry, so you better tread carefully because you should know it, but if I beat you, you're going to feel heartbroken. You're going to be like, how did I lose to?
Okay, well, anyway. Dan picked the topic, or the theme, as the PSP.
Yes.
So I hope you've been playing all the PSP games that have ever been made.
Read all the specs on it, you know.
I've already fucking told you, I haven't.
PSP
All right.
PSP, let's do this.
Well, if you don't get any of these PSP questions right, then I don't know what to say. It's your own damn fault. But I'm gonna raise the stakes on you guys.
Yeah.
I was at Target today, and I went in the clearance section, and they had 2 games on clearance, so I bought them. So whoever wins
Were they
this,
good?
shut up. They're games,
Still
all right?
take them forever.
So whoever wins this, I'm going to tell you the 2 games I have in my hand, and you get to pick your prize.
Oh.
Whoever loses this gets the game that wasn't picked. So, okay?
Oh,
So this is my treat to you guys.
Alright. Sounds interesting.
Okay? So I have 2 games here. So you each get one, but whoever wins gets to pick the game.
Yeah.
Alright?
Interesting. Very interesting.
Alright. Just, I know you guys do these things and they're fun, but I just want to get you guys something. So, alright, ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
First question.
Oh, what are we saying? Are we saying explosions? Or...
Yeah, say explosions.
Ooh-yah, explosions.
No, just say...
Booyah! Explosion!
Alright.
Okay.
Okay, question 1. and this one's for you guys. You should know this. In episode 1, our guest was Megan the Mega Man Cave.
Oh, yeah.
During that episode, Kevin was dropped. Why was he dropped from the Skype call?
Oh, my God. This was like almost a year ago now. It's just crazy. Wow, okay. Huh. Wow, that's really taking it back.
Techno said explosions. What is it?
Oh, God. Bad internet connection?
From?
God damn it. He was in a hotel?
You are correct, sir.
Oh my God!
That was... Is this like a trick question, like it's PSP related, like Press Start Podcast related?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You said the PSP.
I see what you did there.
So this is a Press Start Podcast game.
Man, it's taking it back. I don't know this podcast. I never listened to it. I hate it. All the guys suck.
You know how many episodes I had to listen to get questions?
Oh my God.
Alright, question 2. We had Gamester81 as a guest on an episode, and he was really pissed.
Oh, explosions.
God damn it.
What is it?
The PAX passes sold out right away.
Yep.
Damn, yes.
Okay. Okay, now, the next question, I have 2 questions. I'm going to ask each you a question about the other person.
Okay.
So.
I don't know, Techno.
Okay. Dan, this question
Sonic
is
the
for you.
Hedgehog.
Dan, this question is for you.
Okay.
What is Techno's favorite Sonic the Hedgehog game?
Oh my God. Oh, Sonic and Knuckles.
Sonic 3 and Knuckles, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
funny.
you got it. Okay. Derek, what is Dan's favorite Tales of game?
Oh,
Tales of Vesperia,
I was
baby.
about to say, you should
Correct.
ask.
Alright. I figured I'd make it fair.
Slap you if you didn't know that.
Alright, question 4. Who came up with the idea for the weekly challenge?
Oh, explosions.
Oh, God damn.
What is it?
Pete Dorr.
You are correct, sir.
Damn, man. I remember.
Okay. Question 5. Our new intro for the podcast was made by
Explosions.
Okay, I didn't finish the question, but what is it?
Okay.
Tim Jumble Junkie.
Our new intro for the podcast was made by Tim Jumblejunk.
Oh my God.
You already answered.
I'm gonna let him answer again. What episode did that intro premiere?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my. Explosions.
Wow, I don't know.
What is it?
28.
You are correct,
Oh, I
sir.
didn't know that.
And our guest was Don Raiden.
How do you know that? You just like randomly
Yeah,
remember that?
you are correct. Yeah, Don Raiden.
Oh, I did not know that.
Let me finish the questions, man. You're lucky I let you answer that one
I should
again.
listen to his podcast more often.
Okay, question 6. During our entire Press Start podcast run, we had 2 female guests on the podcast. Who are they?
Oh, explosions. Fuck. That was like neck and neck.
What is
And a
it?
guest.
Yep.
And Holly dogging my limbs.
God damn.
You are correct, sir.
Go screw yourself.
Alright. Next question. Episode 21, called You're Joking You Don't Read Manuals. What was the image that I used for the title card?
Explosions?
And no looking it up. What is it?
Bat box art Mega Man.
You are correct.
Wow. Damn.
Okay. Question 8. A few weeks ago, Clive got angry at a game, and he snapped the game in half.
Oh, okay, I'll let you finish.
Good. You're wise. That game was Jack and Daxter HD Collection. After I calmed down, what did I do?
Explosions.
Oh, fuck me.
What is it?
You went to GameStop and bought it. And
Okay.
wanted to finish Jack 2.
Okay. Okay. I did two things. Dan, if you can think of the other thing, I'll also give you a point.
Explosions, you threw it in the trash somewhere.
I was going to say, I took a shower and then went to GameStop and rebought. Okay. Actually, I still have that broken disc, actually.
Frame it. You should frame it.
Okay. Question 9. How long was our 25th live episode?
That was long.
Explosions?
What is it, Techno?
3 hours?
Nope.
Oh, explosions.
What is it?
3.5 hours?
3.5 hours is correct.
That's what I thought.
I knew it was hands down it's the longest episode.
Okay. Question 10. One episode, I sang the My Little Pony theme song. During the same episode...
I know which one it is.
During the same episode, Dan, Techno, and Mikey's Monarch also sang a song.
Explosions!
No, fucking...
What is the song?
The Pokemon theme! To the anime!
You are correct.
Okay,
sir.
but now you gotta sing it for us to know.
For now...
Oh, what is he?
Okay.
The very best. No one ever was.
Yeah, let's never sing it again.
No. Never again.
Okay. Okay, that was the last question. Dan, you have 4 points. Techno, you have 6 points. Okay, for the bonus question, there's 6 possible points
Oh, shit.
obtained.
Shit.
Okay? So this is still anyone's game.
Yeah.
Now the way that I'm going to read this, I want you guys to listen carefully, okay?
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay. 6 possible points.
Mm-hmm.
In one of the episodes, you were asked, if we had 3 wishes, what would we wish for?
Oh, fuck.
Now, for 1 point each, I want you to name
Oh,
the
God.
wishes that the other person said, but you cannot say your own wish. So, so Techno, you can't say your own wishes, and Dan, you can't say yours.
Okay. Oh, my God.
And you don't say explosions, just blurt them out.
Quick Freezes wanted to get rid of all those animal movies.
No.
Correct.
And Techno wanted to marry Dead or Alive chick.
Correct.
Yeah. And...
oh God, and Dan wanted dinosaurs.
Correct.
and Techno wanted, like, he wished he could be, like, Super Saiyan or something like that.
Correct.
Yes, okay. I'm trying to think back to the image, because I made it.
Yeah, me too.
That's a good spoiler, the image. It's like 2
I know
weeks.
this wasn't a wish, but the volleyball was a Voltorb.
What's that specific wish? Oh, wait.
No,
Who wished for that? Oh.
no, I was saying it wasn't. I was just saying you added it in.
Oh, well, I remember one was, did we wish Pokemon were real?
Yeah.
That was Techno's. Yep, so
Okay,
you got that right.
Yeah, Pokemon were real, and what else?
Okay. If you guys want any help, I still have 2 wishes you guys haven't named yet. Techno's wishes have already been said.
Oh, Dan was wishing he had save slots or save.
Correct.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Good shit.
Correct.
Save state.
Yeah, save states. Bleh. Save
Okay.
slots. The fuck.
Okay. I still have 2 more wishes you haven't been named yet, and Dan still has 2 wishes that that haven't been said
I'm
yet.
trying to think about yours. And I remember, obviously, the movies with animals, but...
So, you each got 2 possible points.
I can't think. God damn it.
I think I'm tapped out.
You guys give up?
I think we're tapping out.
Yeah.
Alright, my last 2 wishes were, I wanted super speed,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
and I wanted to live in a world with Star Trek ethics. Okay, Techno's wishes were all said. He wished Pokemon were real, he wanted to marry Kasumi from Dead or Alive, and he wanted to go Super Saiyan 4. Dan's wishes Dan's wish, one, he wished dinosaurs were real.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
One, he wished there was save states in life.
Oh god,
Yeah.
And the last wish, he wished Guile's theme would play every time something awesome happened.
Yes, I totally want that.
Okay, so
Oh,
Dan,
good shit.
you have 6 points. Techno, you have 10 points.
Damn, I should really listen to this podcast more often.
Okay, so Techno, you get to pick the theme for next week.
Fuck.
Finally.
No. Dreamcast isn't qualified. No.
What's the theme, Techno?
I want to be fair.
No, you don't have to be. I was kind of unfair with my choices. Pick whatever you want, man.
I want to pick Dreamcast.
All right, Dreamcast
Yeah.
it is.
I'm gonna start studying up on the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Every
There's
game.
no loophole I can do either.
If I win that, you should be fully ashamed of yourself.
And as I said, I have prizes for you both. But since Techno won, you get to pick which prize you want. Okay? You either get to pick Homefront for the PS3, brand new, or you could pick Deus Ex Human Revolutions for the PS3, brand new. These are sealed.
Good stuff.
Deus Ex.
Okay, so that means Dan, you get Homefront,
I'll play that shit.
and I'll send these to you guys out tomorrow. Great job, you guys.
Yeah, that was fun. I was like, your first question, I'm like, wait a second, this is a PSP related. I'm like, oh my god. Like, no
You like
shit.
that, huh? You like that, didn't you?
I see what you did there.
The Press Start Podcast.
That was fun. That was really
Alright.
good.
Well,
No.
after I beat
Oh, shut up.
Dan's ass,
Oh, go fuck yourself.
I just whooped your ass.
Wow, I love this.
It's time for games we've been playing. And since I beat your ass, I'm going to let you go, Dan.
What a sore win.
At least I'm nice when I win. I've been playing a lot of PSP, like actual PSP now. Okay, I've been playing actually quite a few stuff. Particularly, actually, I've been powering through one game, but I played a little more Guilty Gear 2 Overture, which I mentioned last week is actually an interesting, like, MOBA style, you know, kind of online battle arena with Guilty Gear characters for the Xbox 360, and I'm actually having fun with it. It's actually is like a MOBA where, like, you don't want to go rushing in, you know, just balls to a wall. You have to be, like, really precise, like, I'll come in and attack a little bit and, like, retreat and all that, so I was kind of surprised it's a MOBA, but I'm having some fun with that. And here's the interesting one. I have been absolutely powering through Xenoblade Chronicles. I literally only have 2 more hours left. I'm like right at the end. It feels so good to be almost wrapped up. I'm 72 hours in. I played so much. Here's the reason why. I think that break is really what I needed because slightly after where I stopped, a really interesting point happens in the story where it literally just sucked me in all over again, and I was addicted all over again. There's like the climax, oh my god, the climax, and I don't want to spoil it, it's so interesting, like everything that happens towards the later parts that I did not see it coming, and I was like, bravo, like even though I do have my issues with the game, I have my little nitpicks, like the camera angles kind of like wonky at times, the targeting system isn't the perfect thing, like I'll be, like because they use the same button to target enemies as they do to say like I want to focus my attacks and stuff. So many times when I try and say like focus attacks, I'll accidentally switch like the target and then they'll go after that guy. And the flash forward thing, it kind of became more of a nuisance than anything because it's interesting because yeah, you can see the future and you can kind of change it, but I feel like sometimes it shows it and I can't do a damn thing about it. And I'm like, why did you show that? But I'm loving it. I'm fully addicted again. I'm planning to finish it tomorrow. Actually, I just want to wrap that up. But really enjoying it.
So there's a great twist at the end.
I would say, where was I? I would say it was probably around the 50-hour mark, around there. Like, do you remember where you left off, like, exactly?
Yeah,
like,
okay, I think I'm like 45 hours in. This is where I left off. I'm at a boss battle, and there's a giant green ring surrounding the arena.
Yeah.
And it's a single... No, it's a boss that can summon 2 minions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then after I kill the 2 minions, I fight the boss alone. And he always does this move where he goes up in the air, and kind of dives down. And if I run to the opposite side of the arena, for some reason he's still able to hit.
Is that the high Entia tomb? Is it like where you have to get Melia again? Like, is it like a dragon-looking thing, like a Telepia-looking thing?
I think so. It's one of the mechs with the people in it.
Oh, okay, that's something different. I don't remember what that is. I played so much in the past time, but...
I'll have to pop it in and tell you exactly what the boss's name is, but I know it's a green arena, a green ring around the arena, and every time he goes up in this air, because he does that, that time slow motion thing,
yeah.
I can't dodge the attack.
Yeah.
So...
There's always something, especially with that game, there's always some little facet to all the boss battles that you really have to pay attention to. Like, recently on the one I'm at, I'm actually stuck on the boss right now. I think it's the third to last boss, but I'm stuck on it because it's so big, literally so gigantic that it takes up the arena, and the game actually suffers from quite a bit of slowdown just from the boss battle, so that really annoys me. But just like you said, this boss also summons like other minions that are kind of a nuisance that are fighting me from off the side, and I'm getting my ass kicked by the boss still. But usually I found when I was stuck on a boss in Xenoblade, I just went back and kind of level grinded by like 1-2 levels.
That's the thing, I can't go back, because as soon as... Well, yeah, because like, as soon as I enter the arena, the battle starts. And like...
Did you save like right before that?
Yeah, I saved it.
So,
like, right before
is there a point where, like, if you load it, like, nothing happens real quick, like, you can just stay there?
Yeah, if I load up the game right now, I'll be on this kind of, like, small platform with only one direction to go. And if I go that one direction, 10 steps, I'm automatically into a boss battle.
So I might be blowing your mind here. Do you know you can fast travel in the game?
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
So many people don't know that in this game. You can fast travel. What you do is...
That's right, you can fast travel.
What you do is you bring up the area map, and any landmark, all those landmarks you come across?
Yeah, you can.
That, you go to the landmark, and you can teleport there right away. It took me forever to know that, too, because I was like, I kept finding shit for Colony 6 where, you can rebuild that. I'm like, it's so far away. Like, I don't want to go back to Colony 6, but then... I was listening to RPG Gibberish, and I think RPG Swagman brought up, like, and the same thing where he didn't know he could fast travel, and once he said that, I'm like, oh my god, you can do that? So, like, that makes a lot of sense.
I knew that. I knew you could do that, too.
Yeah, you can fast travel.
Why did I forget that?
Yeah, so if you ever get stuck or you just want to go back somewhere real quick, you can just do that right away. Like, I'm playing this game tomorrow. Yeah, see, yeah. I've been addicted to it because I've been rebuilding Colony 6 like crazy, so I've been like fast traveling to all these places to get items.
I can't believe it. I forgot you could fast travel. Shit.
You also know, like, I didn't know this too for the longest time. You know how they have like the skill charts, where it has like 3 little paths?
Yes.
Yeah. If you press 1, did you know that you can actually skill link even more arts with the people you're actually, like everyone?
You gotta be shitting me.
You can do that, and I didn't know that for so fucking long. I'm like, why do I not know this stuff? So, like, you go to that, and it's like the 3. I'm like, okay, but then I saw a skill link, and you can, like, the affinity towards someone, how, like, close you are with someone?
Yeah.
That actually comes into play with the skill links. How close to someone you are, the more skills you can get from that person. So that's where that comes into play.
Oh my god, I know so little about this game.
I didn't know some of this stuff too until I started experimenting and like just finding stuff out. Like I finally got my portable gem crafter, so I don't have to go to that gem guy anymore. I can just make gems whenever I want. So much. It's an interesting game, but
now I want to play this game.
Yeah, see, there you go. I was curious. So like, man, you probably don't know you can fast travel.
I'm gonna fast travel to like the last landmark and just grind.
Yeah,
shit.
You can do.
Because you know what I've been doing? I've been grinding off the 2 minions the boss has been summoning.
Oh, yeah, it's not good.
Then I let the boss kill me so I can come back and kill the 2 minions again. Shit.
Yes.
Wow.
There's so much I didn't know. Like, that took me forever to learn. Like, if it wasn't for listening to RP Gibberish, I probably never would have, like, knew that. And then I was like, holy shit, that makes a lot of sense now. Like, I was like, what's the point of landmarks? Anyways, that's cool to know. But yeah, enjoying that. I only got 2 hours left. I'm definitely wrapping that up tomorrow. Very interesting game. And here's a fun, casual game I just had the urge for playing with some peeps, and it's just a good game to play competitively, and that's Worms 2 Armageddon on the 360. Worms is a good time with some other people, and it's just so much fun. If you don't know what it is, it's like a turn-based strategy game where you can have like an assortment of weapons, and you're on teams, and you basically battle until everyone's gone. Like, you try and eliminate all the other people, all the other teams, and you're Worms, so it's really interesting. A lot of fun. And since Tony Hawk Pro Skater HD came out, I had the urge to at least play a Tony Hawk Pro Skater game. And I actually played a game, like everyone talks about 1 and 2 a lot, which I absolutely love, but I absolutely love number 3 too. I think Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 is really good, especially the, like, you know, the actual environments there. So I played a little bit of that yesterday, messing around in that. Good stuff. And I had the Olympics bug, so of course, I had to bust out International Track and Field for the PlayStation 1 by Konami. Good stuff. I love that. You know why I love track and field games is for 2 reasons. One, if you're doing good, it's fun. Like, if you're doing good, it's competitive. And if you completely fuck up, it's funny as hell. Because you'll throw like something like 1 meter or something, or like against a wall, and it doesn't make any sense, and you just slap your ass off it. A lot of fun. And a little bit of 2 PC games. Since I didn't know this, but like I've been using my PS3 controller a lot on my computer actually, because I have a software, like a driver, that it tricks the computer into thinking it's an Xbox 360 controller, which is good because if you know, a lot of PC games run compatibility with 360, not necessarily PS3, but almost all of them have 360 support. So I tried that for the first time, and it fucking worked flawlessly. So I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome. Because one of the games I really wanted to play was Super Meat Boy, but I could not play with the keyboard. It was absolutely horrible with the keyboard, and the game actually pokes fun at it too. It's like, yeah, like using a controller isn't optional, but so is taking a shower once a day or something like that. Like, it makes fun of keyboard controls. Like, they're basically saying you need a controller to have fun with this game, which I was playing a lot of Super Meat Boy finally with a controller, and I'm stuck on a level. Everyone knows Super Meat Boy is a really challenging platformer, but a lot of fun. I actually forgot that there's like unlockable characters and stuff, so I've been playing with actually Commander Video, who's from the Bit Trip Runner games, and it's interesting because it's not like the characters are there for no reason. They actually have different characteristics. So like Commander Video is floaty, like he has the ability to float for a little bit, but he's slow, whereas Super Meat Boy is like a medium speed character. It's really interesting. And another game I've been playing, the original Flat Out. I got back into the original Flat Out, and I'm having a lot of fun with that. The bonus events in Flat Out are so much fun, like the high jump and ejecting your character as hard as possible and playing darts with him and all that. Like, it's so much fun. Destruction Derby, all so much good times, but that is basically it. So,
see, I'll go next because I don't have that many. I've been playing, I downloaded Virtual Fighter 5 for the Xbox 360 because Tim and Top Tier Tryhard have been playing that game. And if you guys saw my last video, the unboxing, I got a fight stick. So I actually wanted to try out my fight stick with some fighting games. So I downloaded that game, and it's an okay game. I'm not really into like the 3D environment fighters, but it was okay. The last Virtual Fighter game I've ever played was 2 for the Sega Saturn. So like, I knew a little about the series, but I'm still kind of brand new to it. And it was pretty good. I picked Cage. He's kind of like this purple ninja guy. I used to play him on the Sega Saturn, but I actually kind of fell in love with El Blaze. He's like this. He's like this luchador guy. So I've been using him a lot, and I like him a lot. And I'm still kind of brand new to the game, so most of my moves are still kind of button mashing. But I've learned a few combos, like a few punch kicks and a couple dives, so I'm learning the character a little bit more. But I'm liking it. For a $15 downloadable game, it's a good game. It just kind of sucks. I've been going online doing some rank matches, and I'm fighting people, like, I only played about maybe 25 matches, but I'm fighting people, like, who got, like, 2,000 matches under their belt, you know, so, like, the online community in this game is very, very slim, so I'm fighting people who've already pretty much, I guess, already mastered the game, mastered their characters. So I'm not really doing all that well online, but I'm having a great time just doing arcade mode and just doing the different challenges. So, but the next game I've been playing, again, I got the fight stick, and I love Street Fighter 4, the Super Street Fighter 4. So I've been playing a lot of that. Just practicing with the fight stick because I really want to get good with it. And surprisingly, I'm actually doing quite well online with Ryu. I would say out of 20 matches, I win about 16 of them. So I'm not doing that bad. I'm actually enjoying it a lot. It's funny because I used to fight with a fight pad, and when I tried to do Ryu's Ultra move, I always had a hard time pulling off his Ultra when I was facing the left side of the screen. Well, now with the fight stick, I'm having a hard time doing his Ultra when I'm facing the right side of the screen. But when I'm facing left, I could do the move every single time. So it's kind of weird. So I'm just practicing with the fight stick. I'm really loving my fight stick, and I love Super Street Fighter 4. So I've just been playing that a lot during the week. But another game I picked up, I actually picked this up today. I was at Newbury Comics buying comic books, and I saw this thing on the shelf used, is Kirby's Superstar Ultra for the DS. And I've been playing this, and basically what it is, it's just a Kirby game with a bunch of mini games in it. But there are some, your classic Kirby, style of gameplay. And I'm doing this game right now where I'm trying to find 60 treasures in this cave, and I got about 22 of them, so I'm having fun with that. But it's just filled with mini games. I played a racing game where I had to race King DDD to the end of the course there. There's a couple Kirby's dressed up as a cowboy in one mini game. So if you like Kirby, I recommend this game already. And if you like a game full of mini games, then yeah, I definitely recommend this game. I got it for about $20 used, so it's still kind of a little pricey for a game that came out a little while ago, but it's a good game. I really do like it. And the last game, and I don't play PC games all that much, but I downloaded this game, and this game is great. You don't have to install this game, but okay. I've been actually playing a lot. And from what I know, it's for PC and Mac, so you guys are covered on all bases. But yeah, you do not have to install this game, which I really love, because I'm terrible at installing PC games. But I've been playing Slender, and this game is scary as shit. I'm like I said early in the podcast, I've watched tons of horror movies, so I don't get scared very easily, and this game is not gory, it's not bloody, it's not anything like that, but it's all the times it's going to scare you, make you jump, it's shock value. Basically what you do in this game is you're in the woods, and you have to find 8 pages scattered throughout this woody area. Now you have a flashlight, and that's your only source of light in the game. You can't get anything else unless you go into this bathroom area. But how the game works is, like I said, you're just walking this woods collecting 8 pages. And what makes this game really scary is the ambient sounds of crickets, you walking on leaves, a couple animals that, maybe an owl hooting here and there. But there's hardly any music in the game. It's just ambient sound. Now, there's a character in the game called the Slender Man, and he's both everywhere in this game and nowhere in this game. And basically what you have to do, like I said, find the 8 pages, but this Slender Man is tracking you in this game. Now, if you're walking around in this wood and you catch a glimpse of this Slender Man, that's when the game is going to scare you. Because you're just oh shit, and if you actually see this guy, he will not move toward you. He will not do anything to you, but if you're watching him, you die. You cannot keep him inside your view, because you die. So as soon as you see him on the screen, you have to turn, run away, and just get away before he kills you, because the longer you look at him, you're gonna die. So you're always on edge.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's funny you say that. I've seen actually quite a few people playing it on Twitch TV live, and particularly there's this one girl, and she loves to play like horror games and PC stuff, and she freaks out so bad with that game. It's insane. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like,
it's like I said, it's totally scary. No blood, no nothing. It's just the shock value, because you're just walking down this wooded area. You could even be walking on a path. And the thing is, the Slender Man, he'll never appear in front of you if you're walking straight. He'll only appear in front of you if you just because the mouse is very sensitive. So if you move the mouse slightly to the left, your guy could maybe whip around very easily. And when you're whipping around, that's when the Slender Man could be in your point of view. And so if you see him, you gotta be like, oh shit, because if he sees you, the whole screen gets all staticky, and the more static you get on the screen, the closer you are to death.
yeah, it's like Amnesia, where you can't look at the enemies in Amnesia, or else you lose your sanity, basically.
Yeah, it's if you guys want to play this game, and I highly recommend you guys play this game at least once. It's a very short game, mainly because you're gonna die right away, depending on how well you do. Because I only found 2 pages before I died, multiple times. But yeah, just go to Google and just Google Slender, and you can download this game for Mac, PC, all these different window formats. Just download this game. It's a must-play, in my opinion.
I have it downloaded. I've had it downloaded since I watched P play it, and I still haven't played it.
Dude, Dan, just play it, Dan. I swear to God, I'm not saying you'll be bad at the game, but I'm pretty sure you'll die within 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's the thing, and I haven't seen a lot of people who've actually finished the game. It seems to be a thing where it almost seems like it's not finishable, but I don't know, I've heard rumors of what actually happens when you do find all the pages.
Well, I got about 3 days ago. I played it about maybe 9 or 10 times, and I've only found 2 pages, because the pages don't move. They're not random. So as soon as you find a page, it's always going to be there, every single game you play. So if you somehow find all 8 pages in different games, they'll be there for you to collect. You know what I'm saying? They're not randomized.
Yeah, they should have randomized them. That'd be cool.
Well, one paper I found it on a fucking tree, and there's at least 1,000 trees, you know?
Perfect.
So trying to remember what tree this paper is on, it's crazy. So, but yeah, that's all I've been playing.
Yeah,
and it's a good game. Oh, and Slender, it's free.
Yeah,
so
it's totally free.
Yep. So that's all I've been playing. What about you, Techno?
Oh man.
Brace yourself.
I've been playing some Darksiders. Yeah.
I need to finish that game still. I'm so close to the end, and I just stopped playing. I had fun with it though. It was a fun game.
Yeah. And then I looked up on Steam, and the sequel comes out on my birthday.
Yeah.
So, yeah. If anyone listening wants to get me something for my birthday,
then don't get him Darksiders 2.
I'll
hate you forever.
Get him something else.
Get him a Barney.
Yeah, get him Barney for the PlayStation 2.
Send him Amy plushes and dolls and shit. Just everyone. I demand you. Now.
Been playing some, I haven't really been playing much. I played today, or been playing, this week actually, a lot of, my Mortal Kombat 2 arcade cabinet.
Nice.
Yeah. And just practicing, the fatalities and stuff that I forgot because I don't remember shit as good as I used to. And played some Super Nintendo, played some Mega Man X.
Yes.
Super Nintendo, yes.
Super Nintendo, yes.
Super.
Some Super Mario World.
Oh, classic.
Super Castlevania 4.
Good stuff.
What else?
It's funny you mentioned Mario World. I forgot to mention that, but I played that last week, like, because, you know, like, eventually it's inevitable with those kind of games that your save data goes out after a while. And for the longest time, my save data, like, worked perfectly. I had the game, like, 100%, like, found every little secret. And it finally gave out, and I'm like, oh. But then I was like, oh, this lets me kind of play through it again, which I almost did a full run of it, but I stopped. The game is actually challenging, man. Don't sleep on Super Mario World. There's a lot of troll shit in there that just happens. I'm like, man. And there's 2 sacrificial Yoshi jumps that you have to sacrifice Yoshi to get somewhere. Poor Yoshi, man. I feel sorry for that dude.
What else? Some Final Fantasy 2, which is 4.
No, it's not. It's 2.
Shit.
Good man.
And some Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Good stuff.
And also been playing. Well, before I say that, I've been watching Volume 1 and 2 of Chris Bucci's Turbo Views.
Yes.
And yeah. And here's my little shout out of the week.
Shout out.
Go watch his shit.
No.
Or I'll break your kneecaps with the baseball bat.
Go buy his DVD somehow. If you can find him.
Yeah.
He's an awesome guy.
Yeah. Very awesome. But yeah, I've been watching those, and maybe you want to pull out the old PC Engine Duo R and played some Bonk's Adventure and Bonk's Revenge and some Gate of Thunder.
Nice. I really want a PC Engine or hell TurboGrafx eventually. So
I'd get the TurboGrafx, and then if you can find a what is it called? Hue card converter. Because you know the disc part is region free. So
if I bought, like, I don't know, like, this is confusing as hell with, like, the PC Engine stuff, but if I bought, like, a TurboGrafx with the Turbo CD attachment, could I play some of those, like, PC Engine CD games? Or do I need something special?
If you buy the TurboGrafx and the Turbo CD, you know, like the first model, whatever, you would have to have to play Super CD games. You would have to buy the Super, like the Super, I forget what it's called. Card? Yeah.
Okay, so you put that in.
Which is pretty rare, because they only did mail-in, or you would have to mail in money to get it. So the best way, I think, would be to get a Turbo Duo.
Yeah.
Because it has 3.0 already in the system, plus you get the CD, and yeah.
So does the Turbo Duo play the TurboGrafx 16 games? Like Hue cards?
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, if I wanted to play, like, the TurboGrafx 16, like, Hue cards and still play, like, PC Engine stuff, that'd be the one to get?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like, all you'll have to buy, like, to play Japanese Hue cards, would have to buy a converter.
Is that expensive or
I haven't really checked into that since I have a PC Engine. So, they're probably a little bit expensive, but shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
And then when you can play any disc game because it's region free, and you have the
that's mainly
3.0 part in it.
That's mainly what I want, is to be able to play, like, I really want to play, like, some TurboGrafx games, but I also want to be able to play, like, some Japanese, like, CD games, or just PC Engine CD games, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to get a Turbo Duo then.
Yeah. Awesome. So, I guess that's, it for me.
Yay!
Good stuff. Yay. Ooh-yah.
Booyah!
It's a scam. Okay.
So, that about wraps it, right, guys?
Yeah, that's episode 46. We're almost
46
there.
in the books.
We're getting there.
Yeah,
We're
I know,
almost
right?
to 47. Can you believe that?
Almost to 40. That's the number you're excited about?
Yes. Hell yeah. Can't wait for 47.
Well, I'm excited for 50, but okay.
Oh my god.
Or maybe 52.
Yeah, 52, since that'd be like 1 year, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn. Been talking to the same assholes for 1 year.
Wow. Especially when I'm going
Love
to
you
give you a
guys.
game.
I
Fuck
love
you. Alright, we're out of here, you guys.
Bye, everyone say bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Till next time.
Later.
Love you.
Later.